Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're going to do a lovely, Zoey's going to maybe be my assistant / probably lay down beside me. A lovely little full body stretch, getting into all of the places and spaces needed. Okay, we're very dark. I feel like we're a bit too dark. I'm going to turn this light on as well. I had to close it's the evening time and the sun is fully coming in. So we have the windows closed. You need nothing. If you like to have props, blocks, cushions, that sort of thing to help you in your practice, please feel free. Can you go and land in your place? Please. Okay. We're going to start seated, obviously. Stop, Zoey. Hands to the knees. Uh-oh. No. Go lay down. No, thank you. Go lay down. Up. Noise of dogs. No, I said. You want a dog. It's for sale. Okay, starting seated. Sorry, interruptions. Just taking those hands to the tops of the knees. Sit nice and tall. Just take a moment to connect to your breath. And do some nice deep inhales and exhales. It was a crazy day for me today, so I am trying to wind down. I'm trying to connect. I'm trying to breathe deeper. Maybe you're feeling me. Maybe you're doing this at a different time in the morning, etc. Either way, just starting to take some nice slow inhales and exhales. And if that's sighing out of the mouth to really let go, feel free to add that in. Just give yourself one more cycle here. And then we're going to start drawing the shoulders up on the inhale. Creating a nice little shrug, and then exhale, rolling down and back. Good. 2 more of those. Breath in, draw the shoulders up, create your tension. Exhale, release it down and back. Good. 1 more time. Big breath in. Just took her a minute to calm down, same as me. Exhale, coming back. Good. We'll take that right arm. You're going to place the back of that hand either to the low back or maybe it's wrapping it around and you can kind of hook onto that the left hand to the right. So it's literally just at the side body. Just depends on the shoulder tightness and tension there. And we're going to drop that left ear over to the left shoulder. So we're just getting a nice stretch in through the shoulder on the right side, the neck on the right side. Taking a couple more cycles of breath here. Big inhale. Big exhale, Zoey. Take 1 more breath in. Slowly lower the chin back to the center of the chest. Release that right arm, but bring both hands back to those knees. Just come into a nice little cat and cow. Lifting the chest, lifting the gaze. Exhale to tuck it around. It's so good. Do that 2 more times. Big breath in. Looking up, pulling the shoulders back, puffing up the chest. Exhale to round. Oh my goodness. Good. Just 1 more time there. Try to increase that range of motion both ways. Breath in, lift. Exhale to round. Nice job. Coming back to that neutral seated position. Left arm, either back of the hand to the low back or reaching it around, grabbing a hold of that hand, dropping right ear towards right shoulder, getting into that left side here, just holding and breathing, maybe enjoying, maybe it's challenging. Taking 1 more cycle of breath as you are. Then slowly lower that chin back towards the chest. Bringing those hands back to those knees. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to draw some nice big rotations in through that core, that nice little Sufi, rotating around. Good. Change the direction, go the opposite way. Rotating around. Into that low back. Nice job. Okay, from here, we're going to take the right hand, arm forward. Left hand is going to interlace. Okay, you're going to just reach, flex and extend through those wrists. Okay, so you're actually reaching those hands forward and you're taking it from left to right. Just getting a nice little wrist stretch here. We get into the forearm. Maybe one side's tighter than the other. Now notice, so your left hand is on top of the right. We're gonna release that. Keep the arms out, flex, and extend those wrists. Okay, so wrists have been bothering me quite a bit lately. We can blame this one. I'm assuming that's what it is from the leash. We love off leash so that we don't have pulling. Okay, so we had left on top of right. Now we're gonna go right on top of left. Interlace the fingers and then just repeat. That stretch. So you're just bending into the right, bending into the left, getting that nice wrist opener right there. Nice job. We're gonna release that. Give a couple of wrist circles. Rotating there, change the direction, go the opposite way. And we're just getting into the shoulders a little bit more. Taking the fingertips to the tops of those shoulders, drawing nice big rotation into those shoulders. Elbows are your pencil point. Good. Change the direction, go the opposite way. Oh, I don't know why, but this just feels so good today. So good. I love when that happens. Nice job. Okay, from here, if you were propped up on something like myself, we're gonna move that out of the way. We're gonna come into a little extended leg here. So we'll just start off by extending the leg straight out. You can take your hands in behind you. We're gonna flex up those toes as much as you can. See if you can lift your heels off of the floor. Good, getting into those ankles and then pointing those toes. Drop the heels back down to the floor. Obviously, point the toes away. Do that again. Lift the heels off, come into flexion. Good, and then pointing the toes away into extension. Nice, okay. Same thing, some nice big ankle rotations here. Getting into some mobility, into some nice stretches. Nice job. We'll leave that left leg extended out. Okay, right leg is gonna come up and over top of that leg. Give yourself a nice little squeeze there. So wrapping those arms around that right shin, picking that leg off of the floor. If your hips and glutes are tight, that might feel intense, but it might not either. Still okay. Just holding there for one more breath. And then lower that right foot down to the mat. Take the right hand in behind you. Left elbow's gonna hook to that left elbow, so hooking to the right knee, yes? All right, sit nice and tall, and you're just gonna take your gaze to the right. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Or if it feels good, you can take it right over that back right shoulder. It does not matter. You're just getting a nice little twist here, taking one more big breath. And then give yourself a nice little counter stretch over to your left space. We're gonna come back to neutral. We're gonna stack that right ankle above the left knee. A nice little seated figure four. Okay. For some of us, this is super challenging. Trying to get that shin parallel to the floor. If your knee's up a little bit higher, no problem, like mine. Just take your hand to that knee and then sit nice and tall. Add in a little bit of pressure here. Exhale, hinge from your hips and bring your chest forward. Make sure you're not rounding through your spine. Inhale to come up. Exhale to hinge. Now maybe your hinge is literally 2 inches coming forward. No problem. Do that again. Breath in, lengthen. Exhale to fold. One more time. In, breath up. Exhale, fold. Hold that. Stay as you are. Maybe taking the hands towards the left shin. Maybe you can reach that left foot. Maybe not. Just hang out where it feels good for you into that right hip. Try to drive that right knee down. Breathe into that hip and glute for 3. For 2. And for 1. So good. Okay, we're gonna undo that right leg. Plant the heel down. Slide in the left heel. Take the hands in behind you. Give a windshield wiper from right to left. Into those hips. Into the low back. Sorry, Zoey, I touched her tail. She did not like that. Okay, we're gonna extend the right leg out. Repeat for the other side. Left foot comes up and over top of that right leg. Wrap those arms to that leg. Pick up. Up that left leg. Breathe into that hip glute space. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Release the left foot down towards your mat. Take the left hand in behind you with the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, coming into a beautiful twist to your left. Gaze can be just in front of you. It can be looking behind that shoulder. You can hang out at neutral. It doesn't matter. You're still coming into that twist from that mid upper back. Breathe there for 3, for 2, and for 1. All right, counter twist that. Come on over to the right. Give yourself a little bow over. Oh, that feels so good. Coming back to neutral. All right, that left ankle is going to come above that right knee this time. Flexing through those toes, both left and right. Left hand, noticing a difference from side to side. Left hand towards that left knee. Take a big breath in right here. Maybe hanging out here is good enough for you. Exhale, slightly hinge forward. Okay, we got 3 more cycles of that. Breath in to lengthen. Exhale, fold. 2 more. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to hinge. Last one here. Breath in, lengthen. Exhale, hinge, and hold. Breathe there for 3, for 2, and for 1. Nice job. Okay, left leg is going to unhook. Left foot comes wide. Right joint in behind. With it, sorry, hands come in behind. Windshield wiper those legs from right to left. Nice, nice, nice job. Okay, from here, we are going to make our way into a tabletop position. We're gonna just do a few cat and cows / your choice of some movement. So just playing around in that tabletop. Maybe it's changing the position of the hands. Maybe it's doing a little bit of a wag of the tail, bringing ribs towards hip. Just playing around. You can add in some lateral cat and cows. Just some little gentle movements here as you hang out. We're not staying in tabletop for too long. Good. Okay. Coming down onto those forearms, giving those wrists a little bit of a break. We're gonna draw in some nice big hip rotations here. So flexing through that foot, drawing that circle with your knee. Oh, just noticing how the hips and low back are feeling with that movement. Good. 1 more big rotation for that side. Press the hips back towards the heel, come into a nice little child's pose. Good. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing for the other side. Just releasing anything in that low back. Come forward, back onto the forearms, left leg. I might not have said right leg. So whatever leg you didn't do on that first time around, drawing those circles in through that hip as much as you can. Give yourself 1 more. Oh, rotation around. Nice job. Okay, come back into that child's pose 1 more time. All right, now from here, we're gonna come into frog. So you're gonna come forward into your tabletop. You're gonna take your knees nice and wide. Now, if frog is not comfortable for you, for your knees, option, you can come into happy baby, flip yourself over. You can also just come into a wider child's pose, which also might feel good. So I'm gonna kind of modify mine a little bit. My right knee is having a little sensitivity the last couple of days. So I'm not quite in full frog. I'm like modified frog. So to protect the knee a little bit, instead of turning the ankle outward so that the inside of the ankle comes to your mat, I have my toes still tucked like a wide child's pose. And I'm just gonna breathe here. So you have the option, you can be up on your hands, and maybe that's good enough for you to have that hip stretch. Be down on your forearms. You can also extend yourself straight out, choosing a variation for you, toes turned out, or tucked under like a wide child's pose like myself. Okay, we're gonna belly breathe here though. So as you are in this pose, I want you to think of releasing the hips, the low back, and really expanding into the belly. And again, maybe it's inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, just releasing any tension, relaxing the body. Good. We'll stay here for 1 more cycle of breath. I don't know what she sees, but there's something. They're always so entertaining. Okay, slowly making your way back up onto your hands. If you are in full frog, slowly make your way out. All right, we're gonna come all the way down onto our belly from here. So making your way down. Take your hands up by your face. You can just have one hand on top of the other. Take your feet roughly hip distance, shoulder distance apart. Give your hips a little rock from right to left right there. Okay, we're gonna come into a nice little chest and pec stretch. Right hand is gonna come underneath of the right shoulder. Left arm is gonna come out to a nice T position. Now, if your shoulders and chest are not too tight, you can add in cactus position for that left arm. You're gonna roll over onto that left hip, take that right foot in behind you. If that feels okay there, you can also just stack those feet, whatever feels good for you. Oh my goodness. Okay, shoulder is tight. We're breathing here for 3. If you have a pillow or a yoga block, a great place for the head for 2. And for 1, rolling back, oh my goodness, onto the belly. Oh, all the feels there. We're gonna bend into the right leg, coming into a quad stretch. Okay, so right leg, grabbing the top of that foot. You can rest your forehead down onto your forearm. I want you to think of activating the glutes, tucking your tail, really enjoying that beautiful quad stretch into the hip flexor, probably a little bit as well. We breathe here. Big breath in. Big release out. Do that again. Big breath in. And big breath out. Good. Slowly releasing that right foot. Placing those hands back in front of the face. Give yourself a wiggle of those hips. We're going to extend onto the right arm now. Left hand comes underneath of that shoulder, rolling onto the right side hip. Coming into that chest stretch for that side. I'm going to keep my feet stacked here, but I am going to use my block for my head. That feels good. We breathe into that chest and shoulder for 3, for 2, and for 1, rolling back onto the belly from there, reaching back with the left hand for the left foot, coming into your quad stretch for this side. Resting the head down onto that right forearm, close your eyes, connect to your breath. Thinking of activating through those glutes, tucking that tail, really getting into that front left quad and hip flexor. That feels so, so good. Breathing here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly releasing that down. Taking both hands above the face, above the head. No, not even above anything. In front of the face. Rock those hips from right to left. Just releasing that low back. Slide those hands underneath of the shoulders. Press yourself up and back to another child's pose. Hips come back. Just giving yourself a nice little counter stretch to the front body opener there. Okay. Slowly taking yourself back into tabletop. Words are hard tonight. Okay, right knee is going to come forward. We're going to pivot that shin and foot to come into pigeon. So we want that leg to be at about a 45-degree or more. Okay, coming up onto those hands first to the fingertips, fists, if that feels better for you. Breathing gently into that hip and glute. Now maybe staying here feels best for you. You can also make your way to your forearms. You guys know the drills. You can also extend those arms straight out. We want to think of what's happening in that right hip and glute though. So maybe it's leaning into it. So if you don't feel a whole lot, if you lean into that, you should feel a lot more. So instead of staying square, you're just shifting your weight into that hip. All right, we're going to hang out here for about 20 seconds, taking some nice big breaths in and longer breaths out. So good. Do one more cycle of breath. Nice job. Okay, slowly pressing yourself back up onto your hands. We're going to take that right leg and wiggle it out and back, straight back, and then just press into that heel. Giving yourself a beautiful calf stretch. She has to be so annoying tonight too, right? Like she's normally so good and she's barking. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Okay. And then all of the licks at the beginning. Left knee is going to slide forward. We're going to rotate that shin to roughly 45. Pick up that back right leg. All right, you are up on fingertips or fists. Okay, I can tell this side's going to feel really good. Making your way to your forearms if that feels okay for you. And then again, maybe it's shifting that weight into that hip and glute. We're just gonna hang out and breathe. Picturing a beautiful destination, maybe. You're in your beautiful destination. Breathing into that hip and glute as deeply as you can. Shifting that weight over to what feels good for you. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Okay, take one more cycle. And then we're going to slowly press ourselves back up onto those hands. We're going to take that left heel. We're going to press that leg straight back. I don't have space. Straight back. Press into that left heel. So you're on those tippy toes. Oh, getting that beautiful calf and ankle stretch. We breathe here for 3, 2, and release. All right. Come back into your beautiful seated position. We will extend those legs out into a straddle. Oh. The old lady hips are out tonight. Okay. Straddle little shape here before we come into our finishing forward fold. We're going to take the left hand over across to the right as the right arm comes across over to the left. Now, maybe you can hook onto the outside of that right leg if that feels good. You can also just take your hand in front center. I want you to really reach that right arm, and then I want you to think of opening that chest. Getting a beautiful side body stretch here as well. Taking one more cycle of breath for the side. Good. And then we're going to switch to the other. Oh my goodness, I don't know. Oh, that's from her bed. Oh, right hand comes across. She has a new bed down here and she was just digging in it. We were covered in fuzz. You're lucky you're cute. Okay, left arm is reaching up and over. Shine your chest up as you reach those right fingertips over to the left. She's being very needy once again. Normally she's so good too, especially during our workouts. She knows. Okay, she just wants to join in. See, she's like, let me be the star of the show. Oh my goodness, who is full of attention? Let's come right back into center. Either reach the hands forward, or you can take those hands towards the ankles, towards the shins, but we do want to maintain that nice flat back. So we're coming into that hinge from the hips, fingertips forward, or hands to your ankles or shins. Of course, coming to the end. Come down. Breathing here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Okay, from here, slide those ankles, soles of feet toward one another. Coming into a little Baddha Konasana, legs, take the elbows to the inside of the knees, press those elbows into the knees, pulling up on those ankles, giving yourself a little stretch there. Hippies are tight. Take one more big breath in. Extend those legs straight out. Let's take a big breath in together. Don't do that, please. Sweep the arms up. Why today? Oh my goodness. Sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, release and forward fold. Coming into your forward fold. Arms extended. Grabbing hold of shins, ankles, toes. Maybe you're rounding through your spine. Maybe you're bent through those legs to really grab a hold of the feet. You get to choose where you are at. I must have stinky feet because she's sneaky. Breathing into that back body for 3. Entertaining Zoey for 2. And for 1. Amazing, amazing job. That was about 23.5 minutes. Got into a couple of things: chest, wrists, shoulders, quads, low back, lots of hip stuff. Hopefully you guys feel a little bit better. I'm very excited to go and have a nice little either hot shower or bath. I don't know which one it's going to be. And then into bed. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks for coming out. Bye, everyone.